to learn.
Yeah, I mean, for those who might also be feeling like they're in a similar place, that they are more on the technical side, maybe they would consider themselves to be more introverted, less extroverted. They're not just natural marketing or sales people, but they're very good at what they do, right? As you are, what lessons have you learned, or what have you found has been kind of most effective for you to grow the business? Because here you are today. You have, we'll get into kind of the different types of services and kind of programs that you offer organizations, but I mean, at times you're at capacity, that you can't take on more clients. That you've built up a really great business, and you're continuing to build it out. But for someone who might be in a similar stage and just feels like they're not that comfortable with marketing and sales, what would you offer them? What would you maybe recommend for them to think about or put into action?
It's a skill that you can learn. I have been able to learn it, so I certainly believe others can too. LinkedIn is a very powerful tool. Your network on LinkedIn. If you can write, you can communicate on LinkedIn. You can share the work that you do, and from that also generate conversations. And you can also learn what to say in connecting with new people and then generating conversations from that.
Yeah. Let's break that down. There's two things that you've done, I know, that have kind of been quite valuable for you. The first, right, is the activity on LinkedIn. And the second is something that's been a little bit more recent, but you've been really successful in building it up in numbers wise quite quickly, which is building a list, right? Having been able to send a newsletter. Let's start with LinkedIn. Can you just, from a high level to begin with, Heather, what are the things that you do on LinkedIn, or that you just find work best for you? For somebody who might not really be doing much with LinkedIn, or maybe they're doing something with LinkedIn, but they're not really getting much results. What have you specifically found most helpful and impactful on LinkedIn?
I think the biggest one for me was posting consistently. So I decided, I think it was about a year and a half, that I would post, and initially it was 2 days a week. I'm currently doing 3 days a week, but I needed to pick a number that I could commit to and do it every single week. So if it was 5 days a week, that would not have been maintainable for me. I started slow, and I found articles to share, things to write about, scheduling these posts consistently. And from that, in the beginning, most people probably didn't even notice. I got very little engagement, but over the months, and it's been a year and a half now, most of the posts that I put out do get a lot of engagement. They get some comments. They get, I hear from potential clients that I talk to, and they've been noticing what I write about, and they comment on it, things like that. So that has made a huge difference. And I guess the other one is reaching out to individuals who work for the companies that I would like to have it as potential clients, and starting conversations with them. So just initially connecting with them and figuring out how to start that conversation.